The House version of the Farm Bill is out. The Senate version expected soon. We caught up with Dr. Brad Lubin from the University of Nebraska to dig into some of the details of how that's shaping up. In general, how are things shaping up with the next Farm Bill?
We're looking at the Farm Bill debate now that we have action in the House, at least on the Ag Committee, and we have promises of a Senate Ag Committee effort moving forward here soon. We're still a long ways away from the finish line, but we finally have discussion and policy to talk about now.
You know, one of the things that was new in the last Farm Bill is the AARC versus PLC. Most people certainly around here, we know which side they went with. Was there kind of like a 5-year average built into that? But now that we've seen a downturn that's 4 to 5 years.
It's exactly right. When the 2014 Farm Bill was passed and producers had a one-time decision between AARC and PLC, they made a decision that fit the times. AARC was a moving average revenue program, moving average price, moving average yield. Coming off of high prices, AARC was a very strong safety net in the midst of a downturn. PLC provided sort of a fixed price level price protection, but at what had been relatively lower prices. Now, 5 years later, we've seen big AARC payments as we came off of those highs, but now that moving average is also caught up to the point that the AARC protection really falls beneath the PLC protection. So as we see the new Farm Bill development here, we're seeing the discussion. As long as the bill largely keeps AARC and PLC intact going forward, the most important element of that program may be that there's a new decision for producers in 2019 between AARC and PLC. And at current price levels, that could be a substantial shift, maybe a wholesale shift towards PLC, unless there are substantial changes to AARC.
When we talk about that AARC program, give me a sense of how much that's paid out here in Nebraska.
In Nebraska, AARC has paid more than $600 million on the first 3 years under the existing Farm Bill, the 14 crop, the 15 crop, and the 16 crop. Now that moving average is caught up to us, the 17 crop to be paid later this year, and the 18 crop going in the ground now to be paid next year. AARC could end up paying virtually nothing on those commodities because of the fall in the average price and the fall in the protection level. PLC payment rates are higher, but relatively small base acreage for corn and soybeans in PLC. Flip that around in the next Farm Bill and we could see that a PLC decision pays substantial dollars, 500 million or more, come 2020. So we're in a couple lean years under the final calendar years of this Farm Bill, but a decision ahead could substantially change that.
Up next, weather and your photos.